Hi everyone, it's 22nd of November. I'll give you a little bit of an update. Nothing much has changed really. I've not really done anything for the last month. I've been busy, I've been doing some decorating in the house, so I thought, well, I've had nothing but rain and downpours for ages, so I thought, well, I'll get on with some jobs in the house. So everything's kind of taken a back seat garden-wise for the moment, but there's things to harvest. I'm not going to be harvesting them today because it's a bit of a break in the weather today. It's the first day it's not actually rained. You know, the pavement's actually dry for a change because it's been nothing but just waterlogged everything. So, but now I've finished decorating, I can hopefully get out and start harvesting a few bits. I mean, I've picked a few bits, like the tomatoes. I picked these a couple of weeks ago. You know, the rest of the green ones, just letting them ripen up. But I thought, well, I'll come out while it's nice. There's a little bit of light left, and just do a little bit of a video, and then hopefully, if it's not raining tomorrow, I'll pick some stuff. But I probably won't film that. You know, there's not much that's ready. It's that time of year where a lot of things have kind of shut down now. You know, I'd like to have got things growing, but like I say, there's jobs I've needed to get done. You know, and so I thought I'll get them done. Plots all taken care of because I've not been back down the plot since last video, which is about a month ago. So I'm glad I got that done when I did, because I've had nothing but rain since. So I'll get the camera, we'll have a bit of a look round. Right, we'll start off down here, where the cobra beans were. Well, they still are really. I mean, there's a lot of these, but I mean, yeah, I could pick them off still, which I probably will. You know, when I come to clear these, I'll pick off. I'll keep whatever's viable. Like the dwarf French beans, they all sort of died back. I've just not been out because I just didn't want to get soaked. Plus, I didn't have any room in freezer, to be honest. So I've got a little bit of room now, so I need to start harvesting some. Well, what I can again. These strawberries, I need to sort a few runners out here and sort out what I'm doing with them. Still nothing on Jack, still no signs, no nothing, so I think he's gone for good. Just fingers crossed he's alright. I've still got, you know, carrots in tubs that have gone a bit big, but they'll store best in there. Courgettes that are well dead. The pepper plant, you know, it's still some little tiny peppers on it. They're alright, it's like a mini sweet pepper then. Sage, a bit of mint, cactus. In here, there should be, I think it's some Charlotte potatoes. But, oh yeah, one at the top there, so I'll leave these because these are like the so-called Christmas buds. You know, because this did get blighted, you know, but hopefully there'll be some in there that are alright. Polytunnel, you know, the plants I've not ripped, they're not cleared out in here yet. You know, I've got all these, oh, what were these called? I can't remember what they're called now. No, forget the name of them. Still got a label in. Apache, that's it. Apaches, they're still putting chilies out. Here's another one of the mini bell peppers. I did have a thing where, you know, a lot of whitefly in here, and you get a thing called, it's sooty, or black sooty mould or something like that. You get like black stuff. It's very sticky, you know, and I had that. It just washes off, you know, but there's a few bits of tomatoes here. There's one there that's doing alright. I'll probably take that when I clear out here, but this is a job that needs doing. You know, I wanted to get the plot done, so that's done, so I can concentrate on the garden. But it's not a big job, the garden, to do, because it's nothing like the amount of work there is at the plot. There's like little things I can pick out. I've got a tray here. This is just some leftover seedlings. I think there's 6 in here that I put in ages ago. You know, and I can start picking at that now. It's perfectly fine. The frost will come and kill it inevitably, probably, unless I can get it to the polytunnel. What have we got under here? Not a lot, I don't think. I can lift this up one-handed. Got some of the mammoth onions that need chopping and dicing. These are strawberry runners from plot. A couple of them died off, but I need to get these down to the plot and in. That's all there is under there. And then that'll go back into the polytunnel as a shelf, ready for next year. A few peas, still growing away. Celery. I've got some tomatoes that are just in a bag in the freezer, so I need to pull that celery up and make my final batch of sauce. Those are the Missouri lettuce that have bolted and died back. There's some other lettuce here, you know, but I mean, Kane can have some of this. You know, the rocket is amongst the weeds, but the rocket will keep going for a little while. Some radish over there, and then we've got under this net here, we've got some iceberg lettuce over there, some like romaine type over there, some red salad bowl, and these are the Durham early spring greens, and they'll overwinter. The kale is getting pecked by pigeons. I've got one, I think it's a January King over there, that was left over from the plot. Seems to be just sort of doing okay. There is, I don't know how you can see, but over there's some spinach. That's another pot, I think it was Duke of York's in that one. Died back, so that'll have potatoes in as well. Then we have some more potatoes here. Now, these were a bit of a late one, I can't remember what these are, to be honest. Swift, I think they are. I can't remember. I had some seed potatoes, I thought I'll just shove them in and see what happens. So if the frost doesn't come and I can sort of protect them for about another 4 weeks, there'll be a little harvest there. So a couple of cabbage hearts in here, the Durham. Some of them got a bit manky, but you peel the stuff off the outside and they're alright on the inside. Never took any of that mini corn, so it was a bit of a waste of time. So I'm not doing that again. Brussels sprouts, I've been picking Brussels sprouts. I need to come out and pull these out now because you start getting this yellow foliage and you can have problems, but there's loads of sprouts in there. You know, I've had probably, you know, a really big bag full already. You know what I mean? You know, they're pretty decent size. Maximus, these are called. So they've done all right, you know. There's some smaller ones, but it's once you take the tops off and you start picking them, you know, the ogre's forces to make everything bigger. Then, you know, I mean, there's plenty of meals with on here. You can store them like on the stick, you know, but I'll get them off and I'll blanch them. These were the tender green, you know, still beans on. You know, they did all right this year, to be honest, so I'll probably do them again. Leeks, had a couple that sent the seeds back out, so I will be pulling my leeks up at some point and I'll chop them and freeze them, because obviously they had, you know, a bit of rust on them, and I'm not going to keep any alliums in for all over the winter, because it can cause problems with anything next year. Because I've got some of the red spring onions here, so spring onions to pick. You know, they all looks a bit weedy, but once you pull the weeds out, you know, everything kind of perks up a bit. So there's not much else down this end, to be honest. I mean, in the little sort of cucumber greenhouse, the cucumbers are well and truly finished, but like I say there, I've got the bullhorn. Still getting some, you know, peppers, more pepper plants down there. They're still doing all right. You know, bear in mind it's nearly the end of November. You know, and I'm still harvesting, and I've not really looked after this for a long while. Because I just had that much harvest this year. You get to a point you think I can't really make space for anymore. So whatever lasts in the ground, I can get it at a later date. Compost heap, just keep throwing stuff in there, you know, cardboard, kitchen scraps, Kane's bedding, and then that'll get turned into that one. Probably in about another month I'll turn that. So I've got some dumped in here. I don't know whether you can see these. These are seed potatoes. These are swift, so I might just keep them to one side, knock the chits off, because it's nice and cool now, and then I'll probably plant them February. You know, so it's not that far away. You're not that long away, and you start your garlic. Well, I start my garlic usually January. So that's all there is in the garden going on. Not a lot, bit of a mess, but there is things still to crop. I forgot to say as well, I've got a few of the Turk's turban squashes there. They're still firm, so I'll use them up at some point. I've got about 4 down there. So I might grow them again next year. They're okay for like a gap filler, you know, when the space comes available. There's no harm in sowing a few seeds if you've got some, and then if the space comes available and you've nothing to put one in. You know, it's otherwise if you don't cover it up, like I've always said, Mother Nature will cover it with grass or weeds. So ground isn't meant to be uncovered. So also, it's that time of year now. I'm going to start doing the Hilda's mix, my mum's sweet pea seed, just giving some seeds away. I'll probably limit it this year to maybe 30 to 40 people. because each year they've got a bit more in demand, obviously, but you know, which is it's nice to grow. But I mean, I've sorted through all the seeds. I've actually got the last 4 years of seeds. I've got probably a good jar of each, you know, half a jar of each. So I've ordered some little tiny zip seal bags so I can put some seeds in. And my email address will come on the screen, and it'll also be in the description below. So if you send me an email with your address and everything, and I'll get some in the post to you. This side of Christmas, I should imagine. I don't usually sow mine until sort of middle of February. So I'll keep sending them out, you know, between now and probably the end of February, you know. So don't think you have to just get them now if you don't need them now. You know, I'll have some left. I've got plenty of seeds. You know, because you look at it, you think there's a jar there's not so many, but you don't really need many. I mean, you get like 30, 40 seeds. It's plenty enough. You know, and I'm not bothered about being reimbursed postage charges or anything like that, because yeah, I get a little bit of money from YouTube from videos, not a lot, but you know, I don't. It's just nice to give the seeds away and people to grow them, you know, in my mum's memory sort of thing. So that's the Hilda's mixed sweet peas. So if you've already had them and you've collected your own seeds, then great. If you're growing them again, if you've enjoyed them, it's even better, you know, that you've enjoyed having them growing. I've enjoyed them growing ever since my mum passed away, and for years while she was still alive, you know, when they were growing. So that's it for now. I'll probably do another update before Christmas, and anything I get in between, I'll sort of put together and I'll upload it near the Christmas time. You know, I've got a few things to get on with still. You know, mainly tidying up out in the garden and that, and Christmas shopping, of course. Not done any of that, but it's just tricky this lockdown that's on again. So hopefully next year, at some point, all this COVID thing will bugger off and things will begin to get back to normal. Because it's been a great year gardening wise for me. You know, I've been had the time early on to get on with stuff, which was brilliant. You know, because I managed to be very productive. You know, when it was tricky to go out and buy stuff, I thought, well, I'll maximise my crop to what I can get, and yeah, it saved a lot of money. You know, and everything's rammed full, so I can't grumble that, you know, that way. It's been a good year. The potatoes were okay. I didn't really have any problems, even though I'm not running out, but I've got about 3 sacks left, so they're getting well hammered. You know, the spuds are getting eaten like nearly every day. But I've got the King Edwards and the South Palmeiras, which are like the old Christmas roasters, and then whatever I get out of these pots. You know, there's only 3 of us living here, so. There'll be a few meals for new potatoes and stuff like that, you know, out of the pots. And maybe if they're decent sized ones, I'll save a few for seed potatoes, you know, save you buying the first early seed potatoes to start off early in the year. I'll pull them out of the pots and use them, you know. So that's it for this update. Like I say, if you want some of my mum's sweet pea seeds, just send me an email, and I'll get some popped in the post to you. And but what I'll do, I'll let you know when I've sent them in the post. I'll send you an email back saying they're in the post. So, I know, because sometimes they can take a while to get to you. I don't know why, but I think everyone's always had them who's asked for them, and I've sent them. They've always got them. It's just the post. You never know if there's delays or whatnot. Sometimes it's a couple of days, and sometimes it's been a couple of weeks. I don't know why when you pay for first and second class stamps why it takes forever. So. Well, thanks for watching. Take care. And until next time, see you now. Bye-bye.